Hi, everybody, and welcome back. It appears we are in Dramageddon Part 2. This YouTube's Dramageddon. Oh my goodness, what happened yesterday, guys? Well, I think those of us that have followed Katie Joy know exactly what happened yesterday, but I'd like to share with you some of the insights that I saw, and I'm interested in your feedback because I do have some questions left after what I saw. So I watched the videos on YouTube. I watched the videos on Instagram. And then I watched or read and reread her Twitter feed. And it wasn't sitting right with me. So I went about my business, did some other things. And then I went back and I was reading the title of one of her tweets. James Charles and Tati Westbrook used her to take Jeffree Star down. Jeffree Star down. And it hit me. I never saw that. I didn't hear it. I didn't see it. So I need to go back and look. So that's what I did. I went back and looked. Nowhere in the conversation did James Charles say anything about taking Jeffree Star down. In fact, he did allude to that he's laying low. He's not wanting to stir up any drama whatsoever. So I was like, well, then what's going on here? Did she not show us all the DMs? Because that's the only answer. There's two answers. Either she didn't show us all the DMs and it's hidden in that other part, or she's totally making assumptions and changing the narrative and lying. And since Katie Joy usually makes assumptions, twists things, changes the narrative, and lies, I'm guessing there may not be any more DMs. Okay, so right away in the very beginning, he says that there were a lot of things about Dramageddon that you were tweeting about that weren't true. He noticed in her tweets that she said somebody close to him had shared stuff with her. And in straight up order, he says, and I'm wondering who that is. He repeats this later. I'll get to that in a second. But he repeats that. Wonder who that is. He says, I won't tell them if you tell me who it is. But I'm very concerned because I've asked my close friends to keep quiet about this. He's asked his close friends to stay quiet about this, but yet somehow it got out to Crystal Ball. That's the answer. Not this rest of this crap. Didn't happen. So there was some interaction going back and forth between them in the DMs, and Katie was questioning and saying some things, like she said that she thought she was told that he was going to sue Jeffree Star and Tati last year. And she tells him that his mom is his leak. And she asks him, what, if any of this, can she share? And boy, when you think about that, what can you share with someone that's a drama queen and going to spin it? I wouldn't say you could share much, and I think that's kind of what he said. So he goes on then to talk about, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't share anything. That's what's got us at this point right now, because you were sharing false narratives. You were saying things that weren't true about the Westbrooks. So they're upset. And he goes, I would be too. And all of us would be. Nobody would like that false accusations out there. So I believed James Charles knew from the Westbrooks that they didn't care if Katie did another bad video, negative video, or if she did a positive, upbeat video. They don't want her talking about them. And I believe he believed that. It doesn't matter good or bad. don't talk. Stay out of it. Do yourself a favor. Stay out of it. She couldn't do that. She could not do that. So at this point, then, he tries to get a little bit more definite with her, and he says, I would stop posting and I would delete anything bad about the Westbrooks. I'm trying to help you, and please, please, please trust me. Seems like a nice guy. He didn't have to do all that. I mean, he could have just said, hey, woman, who's my leak? And that'd been all he needed. But he stayed and he made conversation, and he was trying to help her. She doesn't see it that way, though, as we all know. So he explains that he is in communication with Tati and James Westbrook, and that's a good thing. He needs to be there. And this is big words here. If I was typing right now, we'd put them in the biggest font I could find. In case it starts up again. He just went through whatever with these people. We all know what happened. And he's saying, I'm not going to do anything. I'm not starting anything. But in case it happens, if some drama comes up again, I'm on their team. I'm with them. That's all. He was not insinuating anything more than that. That she went there tells me what's warped in her head. My opinion, warped in her head. So, after he tries and tries and tries to tell her, stay out of it. You need to just stop. Take whatever down. That'd be great. I think she tried to let him know she already had. He's like, great. I wouldn't put anything else up. He didn't demand this. He didn't intimidate. He didn't manipulate. Nothing. He just, it's a good idea. This is a good idea. It's a good idea always. But she always inserts herself. This is definitely a pattern here we're seeing over and over and over again. So what I want to share with you is something that I brought up a week ago. And unless I have a crystal ball to know that this was going to happen last night, maybe I have really caught on to the pattern and I put words to the pattern. Remember I shared with you that she will take, on the first video, a little grain and insinuate, I think I saw that. Then the next video is, people are talking about that. Then the third video is, that's happening and it's a fact. Well, we watched it yesterday in real time, or we could have been watching it in real time if we were looking for this. She gets on her video, the first one on YouTube, and she says, so it seems like they were conspiring together to take down Jeffree Star. She says, basically, he's working with Tate and James Westbrook to take Jeffree Star down. Basically, seemingly, it seems like, well, really, within 2 hours. So we didn't wait for more videos and days to go by and let that seed nurture and grow. She just went with it, blasted it everywhere. That slanderous, false statement about what James Charles did. If I was him, I would be really mad. Really, really mad. So then she shares with us she got a phone call. She got a phone call. And in that phone call, they told her that the Westbrooks were happy that this had happened. They were laughing that he got Katie to take it down. Well, I'm going to share that my opinion, and I really believe this, that's what she got told. She didn't get told that they were conspiring and told James Charles to get her to take him down. He said he wasn't sent there. I have no reason to think that he was. But Katie, you can watch her face. She's very upset about them laughing and that they got her to take him down, that she got played for a fool. That's what's pissing her off. So I don't think that phone call was what she pretended it to be. I do not. So then James Charles shared towards the end that please take out after speaking with the people involved. Please take that out. This is the core of the problem. Again, he repeats what he said in the beginning. You are getting information from someone in my camp, and I can't have that leak because the Westbrooks won't trust me, and trust is what I need. And I just want to know which friend might be stabbing me in the back. He made it pretty clear. So if you look at all this evidence that she put out there, it's not the narrative she's pushing. Also, real quick, she had several contradictions, which I'd like to share. She said in the video, I'm not saying in any way, shape, or form that James Charles manipulated me. Well, you can go look at all the different titles and all the different descriptions where she says James Charles manipulated me. She says, I haven't talked to his mom in a very, very long time. Then she says, very next sentence, I talked to her that day, or was it the day after? Those don't match. She said, this is a video I never intended to make. But then she says that the video she's been wanting to make for a very, very long time. One she never intended or one she's always wanted to make. Doesn't make sense. Then she said she repeatedly asked him, did she get something wrong? No, she didn't. And he told her right up front she had it wrong. But she didn't repeatedly ask anything. She did make matters much worse because when she got done with her rant, in her very best judgment, she decided to blast the slanderous false narrative about James Charles's intentions. Falsely accused James Charles and the Westbrooks of trying to take down Jeffree Star. Then she put the icing on the cake. She re-uploaded the videos, the problematic videos that James Charles shared with her. She has it wrong. When the big story comes out, she will see she had it wrong. She decides to re-upload them, knowing they're false. This is who we're dealing with. This is why I've been upset. This is real time, real people. It's not right, guys. It's just not right. So, let me know what you think. I'd love to hear what you think. She planted her seed, and 2 hours later, it was a fact. I've watched her do that over and over and over again. Wow. Okay. Well, I can probably tell you I'll see you tomorrow or sometime soon. This video is my opinion, only based on my opinions. This was made for entertainment purposes and not to be considered fact.